I'm Jenny Muncaster. I'm a professional artist working from the Colour Factory studios down in Winchester. So first of all, going to be looking at the System 3 acrylics, the original acrylics. So what am I using as a surface to paint on? Well, I'm using the System 3 art board. So the first technique I'm going to show you is my little water technique. Do you know what? I'm simply going to chuck it on like this, put a bit in the middle. I want to coat my board really quickly. I'm not going to use a brush, I'm going to use a sponge. Take a clean sponge and just literally, look at that, transformed from white to yellow. So that was just one even coat. I've got to make sure that that layer of paint is dry. I'm going to take my turquoise, but the effect that I'm going to do relies on a sort of dripping water effect while that paint layer is still wet. And I'm going to be using a water spray. I'm going to dip my sponge into the blue paint like that, and what I want to do is get one even layer. Go, 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 put that on really quickly, a little bit more, cover, cover, cover. Grab your water spray really quickly and dip, 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 dip. Get my hand in and just simply flick, 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 flick. While that water's sitting on top, I'm just going to give it a little twist around like that. There's kind of like a really interesting pattern where the water's kind of moved around. Dry the blue paint layer, but keep the water wet, so keep looking. In order to check that you've kind of got it right, is just make sure, have a little look at eye level, and the water should be glossy and wet and shiny still, and the blue paint kind of goes matte where it's drying. I think that's about right. And take your sponge and sweep the water layer away. Let's have a little bit more clean water on the sponge as we do this. And again, and we want to keep cleaning the sponge, otherwise you're just putting a dirty paint layer back on your artwork. Let's go the other way. Right, I think I've done enough cleaning of that layer. Let's have another look. I need to dry this layer because I'm going to do that again, but with a different colour and in a slightly different way. Again, work quickly. Ooh, work quickly, she says. I'm going to use a plastic cup. Get it in the water. I'm going to make a pattern with the water using the rim dipped in the water. Drying that magenta paint, but keeping the water wet. Don't sweep away with that sponge because it's got the pink paint on it in the bucket. Ready? Ooh. And again, just keep going. Ooh, nice. So that's on the magenta layer on with the cup. Something really satisfying about playing with ink and water together. It is great fun to do. I'm drawing with water and dropping ink into it, and I'm using a combination of the FW inks and the pearlescence and literally going with the flow.